Hello.
Justin.
Hey, what's up, buddy?
How you doing, buddy? Long time, man. I think the last time you and I spoke was I want to say 8 to 10 years ago when I was still doing CFOX's afternoon show and the
Wow.
Rock Report. Do you remember that?
Wow, my God. I don't remember anything past 8 years ago. I've only been sober for 8 years. So anything before that,
No.
I'm screwed.
Well, fair enough.
I'm
man.
so screwed.
For the Toddcast, I'm looking forward to catching up and kind of getting up to speed in your world. And of course, Blue October. You've got the documentary coming out. You've got the new album coming out. And dude, I want to hit. Of course, I'm going to hit all that. I've got a ton of fan questions for you as well. But I want to, for our time together today, Justin, I want to start off at the beginning.
Okay.
What's the music in the Furstenfeld house as a kid growing up? What are the bands that your parents are exposing you to?
The bands that my parents were exposing me to were Stevie Wonder, Michael Jackson, Anita Baker, George Michael, and then my dad was George Strait, Johnny Cash.
So you're getting it from all angles.
Oh yeah. So it was my dad kind of like that. Jeremiah was a bullfrog, was a good friend of mine.
Nice.
You know, he liked all that kind of stuff. But I remember him, Merle Haggard, George Strait, Johnny Cash, that kind of stuff. My mom was very R&B, very soul.
Okay, so what was the first to really grab a hold of you then?
I'd have to say the first artist that really grabbed a hold of me when I was a kid was Michael Jackson, of course. But the first artist that made me feel something was Roy Orbison when I heard Crying. Yeah. I remember being like 5 years old and being like, I started bawling. And my mom was like, what are you crying for? I was like, this guy, he's sad. And she was just like, you don't even know what it's about. Like, but it's sad. But I remember my first time listening to like George Michael, my mind was blown, dude. He was so good at songwriting and love songs. But the first person that really tugged on me was Peter Gabriel.
Okay.
Like, biggest fan of Peter Gabriel that there ever was. I am the hugest Peter Gabriel fan there ever lived.
Right. And what do you think the chances of him getting back together with the guys in Genesis then?
I'm not sure. I think Peter Gabriel's better by himself. Oh, he's gonna hit me through the screen. So many people hate it when I say that.
Well, you know what? I might side with you, man. Like for me, when I listen to Genesis and classic Genesis, of course I do love Gabriel stuff, but it's as soon as you get Phil doing the leads, that's kind of, I think, where Genesis really grabbed me as a younger kid.
Genesis was more of a, I don't know. It was an art project when Peter was doing it. And then after Peter left, it became a very corporate, good songwriting machine for radio, which is great for Genesis. So when I think of Genesis, I think of Invisible Touch It, all that kind of stuff. And,
right.
Which doesn't really tow my boat, but you think of Peter Gabriel, you got Mercy Street, In Your Eyes.
Right, In Your Eyes.
Don't Give Up with Kate Bush. You got Biko. You got Family Snapshot. I mean, that guy's a genius.
That's great. Okay, so what was it about George Michael? What was it about Michael Jackson?
George Michael, the teacher, there are things that I still have to learn. Oh, the last one I had is my pride. So right. I don't want to learn to hold you, touch you, think that you're mine. Like, come on.
Incredible
singing. Like the song was brilliant, and he wrote it all. You know? Like, just, where'd that come from? Then you have Kissing a Fool. Guess you were kissing a fool.
Right.
Like, come on.
And he's got these videos too, Justin, to go along with it. And, at that time, he was just such a massive star.
He was huge, and his albums were even better. Like
Yeah.
his albums were pure art, pure art.
Yeah,
They were
amazing
great. They were.
performer, too. Amazing. If you got a chance to see him live, I think you walked out of
I
there
didn't. I didn't ever get to see him live.
inspired and straight up blown away by his talent.
Yeah, he's super
Yeah.
great. Superstar, man. Biggest guy. Biggest guy.
Yeah. What was your first?
Michael Jackson was probably I just liked his dance and I liked his that Thriller album. I was like
Yeah.
4, 5 when it came out.
Remember
I
when
could do every
the first time you saw the video for Thriller? Like,
Oh yeah. I waited up till midnight. And I was like,
yeah,
what the hell is this?
totally
Crazy 13-minute video.
unheard of. At the time, it was unheard of.
He was like, this is crazy. This guy
Yeah.
is. And today it's like a short film. No big deal.
Yeah, ain't no thing. Just whatever. It is what it is. What was your
yeah.
first concert that you attended? How old were you?
First concert that I attended was the Beach Boys with my dad. But the first concert that I went to that I wanted to go to was the Cowboy Junkies.
Okay.
Oh,
Wow.
love that band, Cowboy
That
Junkies.
to be amazing.
I was in like a 300 capacity room, chilling. Oh God, they were so good. Yeah.
Wow. All right, Justin, let's get to, I know I've got limited time with you. I don't want to stretch because I do want to get into a lot of
It's all good. Take your time, brother.
Well, let's get to the new album. It's called This Is What I Live For. So far, it's just saying September. Do you have a concrete date or is it just September?
September 18th.
Okay. So talk to us about that. What's it like for Blue October, to head to the studio? Are they fully prepared songs? Do you sometimes luck out and get a song when you're in studio that you had no idea that was even there? Tell us about songwriting and
I
stuff.
usually write them all. I write them all before we get there. I write them all while we're touring for the current album. And then the studio is on my property.
Oh, nice.
So I basically live in the studio. So then the guys come over after they've heard the demos. And we just nail down the parts. I mean, we get just stuff done so quick because it's right there on my property. And my head engineer, he basically lives there. And I'm just constantly shelving out songs. I mean, that's all I do is just write songs. So I think for this album, we had like 70, 75 songs up for the album.
Wow.
And to finish and get all done. And we chose 14 of them and ran with it. It's great.
I mean, it's going to be a cliche question, but like, how do you have 75 songs, and of course they're all like, they're your kids or your babies. How do you nail down from 75 to 14? Like, there must be so much material that you're like, maybe we should just release a double album. Why not?
Well, because it's all so good. I love it so much that we like to save a little bit for the next album. It let's just say it secures our future to have as many songs as we possibly can.
Definitely.
And only release a few at a time.
Right.
But they all had to have that vibe. They all had to have that the rock and roll vibe, but still with that sad romantic nostalgia to it. So if any of them were too poppy, I wouldn't put it on the album. But if they were rock and they had that really sad kind of romance to them, then we flirted with those and finished those up. And they're all pretty sad and beautiful and rocking, except for Oh My. That one's not that sad. But the other ones are
off single.
Yeah, it's the single.
What's your favorite song that you've done
to date?
Yeah.
A song called Worry List.
Okay.
Song I wrote about my daughter when I was kind of going crazy. And Worry List is definitely it.
And where do you find that you get most inspired to kind of get into that creative world? Because you can't just be like, I'm going to go and write something right now and it's going to be amazing, it's going to be our next single. It can't be like that. Creativity doesn't come like that. Where do you find you get inspired the most?
Well, I do that. I go at 10 a.m. in the studio every day and I say, I'm going to write something. I'm going to write a hit.
You do?
And I make myself write and write and write. Sometimes it comes out shit.
Yep.
Sometimes it just comes out like poop, and sometimes it's a massive hit.
Right.
Oh My was written like that. Let's just go in the studio, see what comes out. And me and Eric sat in there and pounded away at this song. And 2 hours later, boom, we had the song. You know, I think if you wait around for inspiration to hit you in the face, it'll probably never come. You know, you got to go out there and find it.
Yeah.
But I'm always a sucker for the beach. It's weird. I can be at Texas beaches, something in Port Aransas. It's crazy. Whenever I'm at the beach and it's like rainy beaches, I just tend to like get so inspired. It's crazy.
And what is it that what's the synapse? What fires? Is it like a line that you're thinking of that you're like, that'd be cool?
I don't know.
Like a melody,
melodies, lyrics, everything.
Yeah.
Something about the peace that it gives me and just makes me think clearer.
Yeah. Tell us about working on the documentary Get Back Up, which is out. Is that out in August? I think you got to be proud of this. Can't wait for this to come out.
It's out now. It's out now.
It's out now. Oh, yeah. Okay.
It's out now. It's available on Get Back Up TV.
Okay.
It's a streaming platform that I started, but it was 7 years in the making, and man, it's about recovery. It's about redemption. It's about finding your passion and not letting the negative get you down. It's gorgeous film. You see so many of our children being born over 7 years. You see relationships being mended, marriages coming back together. It's just, we're so proud of it.
Yeah. What a labor of love. Like now to be able to go back and look at that and, you know, everybody that's involved, the kids, the people that are in production, and like, what a cool thing to be able to create for not only for your fans, but like for yourself, man.
Yeah, it was definitely one of the coolest things that I'd ever done. It was crazy though, because I wasn't allowed control at all. So I had to give control to the director, and I'm a control freak. Yeah. So I was just like, oh God, what's this going to turn out to be? And then I watched it and I was like, wow.
Yeah.
That was beautiful.
I bet. Did you cry?
Oh yeah. I cried like a little bitch.
Like, how could you not, right? What are some of the ones that, like other bands that have done something kind of similar, whether it's certainly not what you tackled, but maybe like a Metallica, you know, some kind of monster, which was very,
oh yeah, I saw
that. Personal. It was very, like, as a big fan of that band, I watched and was like, wow, I don't know if I should be privy to this information.
Yeah, I'm a huge fan of them too. And then I watched that documentary and I was like, wow, could they whine anymore about how hard they have it as millionaires?
Millionaires? Yeah, I thought the same thing.
Could they whine anymore? Like when he sold his Basquiat painting for like $8 million and he was upset because he didn't get 9. I'm like, Jesus, dude, like for real?
Like,
or when Lars got mad at the singer because he said studio's on lockdown when I leave, and I can only record from 12 to 3 because otherwise I got to go to AA. I'm just like, you guys are acting like a bunch of bitches, like for real. And their dumbasses hired that shrink, to come down, and then he said, "I'm moving my whole family down." Like.
Dude, I felt the same way watching that, right? As a big fan, I was like, whoa, man. It's pretty...
You guys are a bunch of bitches. You're a rock gods. Work it out. Go have a fight in the backyard.
Right.
Go drink yourselves to stupor and then make a decision like you've always had.
Right.
Don't whine on camera about how much you're $10 million.
Yeah.
Oh, it was hard to watch.
Let's I agree. Let's get into some of the fan questions. As you imagine, Justin, when I mentioned you were going to be a guest, I got a bunch. Brent wants to know, when you find time, of course we've got a bunch of time now, what are you currently binge watching?
Ooh, good question. I am a fan of Ozark.
Yeah.
Ozark's on, I love that one. Dude,
Jason Bateman is incredible in that role.
He's killing it. I'm also a fan of The Outsiders, which Jason Bateman's also in.
Yes. Good show.
Sick. I'm a Tiger King fan. I watched the Tiger King.
Yeah, binge right through it.
And man, it's awesome.
Carol,
any show.
what do you think? Carol fed or no?
I don't know. There wasn't too much. I was too busy concentrating on the meth heads and having fun with all those guys. Like, forget Carol. You got 3 meth heads that are married to each other that are just crazy fun to watch, dude. It's a trip.
It's a train wreck, man. How could you not want to watch that?
It was so good, dude.
Yeah.
In his videos, where he's singing about the tigers and the baby cats and stuff. Yeah. And I was like, oh my God, I got to go watch it again.
Yeah, it's something else.
So good. And also, I'm a huge fan of like Forensic Files, so I'm always watching Forensic Files. Mm-hmm. I like those murder, death, kill shows.
Yeah, I like those too.
Make me feel alive, not being the dead one, you know? Hey.
Yeah. I was watching on Jefferey Dahmer the other day.
Well, I haven't watched it yet.
Wow.
Have you watched it?
I watched some of it. Yeah, I didn't watch the entire thing, but I watched probably 10 minutes, 15 minutes.
Is it good?
It's incredible, man. Like, to think that those people actually exist. They'll fucking kill you and eat you.
Yeah. And what's crazy is it's yours and my job to pick out those people in life and keep them away from us without knowing that they do that kind of shit, right? Because everybody said, oh, Jeffrey was a sweetheart.
Or who
He's a nice guy.
Yeah.
We don't never know who they fucking are.
Could be anybody
that
it is.
You know what I do? You know what I do? Anybody that lies to me once, I kick him out of my life. Anybody that's like tries to fraud me or manipulate me, I kick him out of my life. I just don't even let them get to the third step when they get crazy enough to try and do something. Fuck the dumb shit. I've had so many people in my life start acting strange, and I said, you know what? Before they go fucking postal on people, I'm gonna kick them out of my life. Dude, fuck out.
See ya.
Peace.
There's the door, bud.
You don't let it hit you in the ass on the way out, you know? I got no problem. Yeah, I got no problem hurting people's feelings.
Yeah,
none.
So, I feel
if you're crazy, get the fuck out of my life.
All right. Troy wants to know, this is cool. Who are your favorite superheroes and your favorite superhero movie?
Never really been into superheroes, but if I had to have one, I'd probably just because of a Joker, man. That last movie was dope. The Joker with Joaquin Phoenix.
So psychological, you know. It was
awesome.
I was interested.
I mean, come on, man.
That perspective of somebody that is being picked on relentlessly to the point of, you know, wanting to kill people and losing their sanity.
It was insane. I got to watch that again.
It was really good.
So good. So good.
Yeah. Yeah, that's good.
But if I had to choose a character, maybe Spider-Man because he can fly and shit. Or maybe Batman because he's just such a pimp in that black outfit.
Right. And Batman's just basically just a dude that works out, is a awesome detective, you know.
I think I'd go with Batman because he's a pimp, dude.
He's badass, man. Yeah. I mean, Batman's fighting Superman shouldn't even exist. Superman with a flick of his finger kills him, you know. But
that's bullshit. That should never happen.
Scott asks, is being bipolar more of a hindrance or a help when it comes to creating music?
As long as you keep doing your meds and you don't treat people with disrespect and you don't act all fucking nuts, I like who I am. I like who I am, and I like the fact that I can either be really manic or calm, or I like who I am because I know how to regulate it, you know, and I know when I'm being a little.
I think a lot of people are bipolar and don't even know it.
Yeah. So I feel blessed to be who I am. How about that answer?
Yeah, good call. Jen says this isn't a question. Jen just says she goes, "Oh man, I love him. I saw him a few years back at the Hotel Cafe, packed house. The women were in tears."
That's right. That's what I like to do. I like to make my women cry.
Make them cry, swooning like that, Justin.
Like them just cry, man. I like to hurt their feelings and cry. I'm joking.
Cameron says, well, we know that they've spotted UFOs. Do you believe that aliens have visited Earth?
Yes.
Why not, right?
Because my mom said she saw one when I was a kid. My mom doesn't lie, and she's not crazy.
Where did she?
So if she said it,
that story. What happened there?
She said that she saw one night while we were camping, and it was a cube. It was like a cube in the sky. It came down, and it was a cube, and then it sped off. And she truly believes it. I mean, you got to believe it. If we're on Earth, right? Look at us. We're on Earth. People walking around, skin, eyes, talking, communication, crazy shit, right? We're on Earth. And there's how many other freaking planets out there? We can't even count them. Something's got to be on them.
Yeah, the Kepler program has spotted millions of planets, Justin. So
millions. So tell me, we're the only ones with living species on the that.
Dude, I think that personally, I think aliens live among us, man.
I do too. I could tell you one right now, but I might get sued. I'm joking.
I got a few more.
I've been in a relationship with a couple of aliens before.
Yeah, really, right? Sure seems like it afterwards.
Right?
What are your thoughts on legalized marijuana? It's been in Canada for almost 2 years now.
For me, marijuana is a downfall because I'm an addict. I think legalizing marijuana would probably help. Just because there's so many other things we could focus on. Plus, I think it's should be treated like alcohol. Put an age limit on it. But I think legalizing it would keep a lot of more people out of jail, a lot of peaceful people out of jail.
Right.
And I truly believe that you could overtax the damn thing. You could just tax the shit out of it.
Well, it's amazing, right? Like that the other states don't look at, like Colorado, I think that they were like, oh, we had $121 million surplus or whatever. So they started to throw it into the school systems and the medical systems. Like, how could you not look at that as another state and be like, fuck, maybe we should do like them? You know,
the only problem. The problem is the trade of it. The problem is the illegal Mexico bringing it in, or illegal trade of it. It's just we just grow it here, sell it. I'm not a politician, but I think that legalizing it would make things so much easier. Crack, cocaine, heroin, meth, things like that, that's some crazy shit. Crack down on it. But marijuana, I won't smoke it because I get chubby. I won't smoke it because I get chubby. I'll eat everything in the kitchen, and I will never get up and go jogging, and I won't look this good anymore.
That's right. That's right. Hey, at least you know.
It's my moneymaker. At least my moneymaker.
All right, I want to respect your time here, Justin. I'll give you a couple more.
You can ask me more questions. I got like 10 more minutes.
Okay, rad. Okay, well, I got a couple more, and I'll let you go. An oddball. Have you ever had a near-death experience? And not necessarily where you're over your body and kind of, you know, floating to a light or whatever, but more like, holy crap, man, I could have died there.
Yep. You want me to tell you about it?
Yeah, dude.
My best friends growing up in the high school time were in the Crips. I grew up in a neighborhood where Crips and Bloods were, and I grew up with Crips because I like the color blue, so I chose their side. I was playing pool with them one night, and these two guys walked up to us and they said, "Hey, you want to play pool?" And we said, "No, we're good." And then we come outside and these two guys are waiting by our car, and one of them pulls a gun and puts it to my head and tells the guys in the Crips to strip, to get naked, take off all their blues, right? So these guys take off all their clothes and they're butt-ass naked in the parking lot. I got a gun to my head. And this guy goes, click, click, and he says, "Say goodbye to your friends, white boy." And I was just like, my ass starts mouthing off. I said, "No, please don't." Blah, 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 blah. And he's like, "Shut the fuck up." And then he pulls this knife out, and he has one knife on me and then one gun in my head. And then the guys in the Crips got all butt naked, and they took all of the blues stuff away from them. And then they got back in the car, and they split. And me and the guys from the Crips, we got in my car, and I said, you know what? I don't think this friendship's working out very well. I think I might have to hang out with other people now.
There's the door again, right?
You're like, what the fuck, dude? You almost blew my fucking brains out because you're wearing blue, you dumbasses. Wow. So 2 weeks later, get this. I'm at their house, and we're playing. Of course, I went over there. We're at their house smoking dope, playing spades or something like that. All of a sudden, we hear pop, 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 pop. And their dad comes walking in the room. It was a drive-by with his ear blown off. And he's like, oh. And I'm just like, okay, now, guys, I think this relationship is not good for me. I'm going to go home.
Dude, that's crazy, man. That's insane.
Yeah. Fuck that gang shit.
Yeah, man.
What's up with them Bloods? Like, fuck that.
Wow. All right. Last question, Justin. And thank you, man, again, for doing this with me.
Yeah, dude. This is fun.
Okay. So I don't know if you're going to be able to answer this, honestly. Can you nail it down to one career highlight? Is that even possible, or is that just...
One career highlight would be the documentary. Like, watching the documentary made me realize how much I was loved, how much I was cared for, how much people loved me, how much sobriety and recovery and faith and living healthy and living a good life means. So many people take their life for granted, and I'll never do that again. So watching that documentary for 7 years being put together, it beats playing with the Rolling Stones. It beats playing with Kiss. It beats playing with all these people and Jay Leno, all that stuff. The fucking documentary tore my heart apart and taught me that, you know, Justin, you are a good guy. Just don't go back to that old life.
Right.
It's beautiful. I'm so proud of it.
Like I said off the top there, you know, I think that's something that your fans, of course, are always going to want to go back and check it out. But like having that, to be able to, you know, the people involved and you, of course, and all your bandmates, like what a cool thing to have when you're 7.
Right. And I can always look back and show my kids and go, look how handsome your dad is.
Right.
Look how gorgeous your dad is. Look at that right there. That's how handsome your dad was. Even when he was high, look at how handsome he was.
Right. Right. Awesome. Justin, thank you again for doing this. The new album is out in September.
Yep.
The documentary, I'm watching it as soon as I'm off with you. I'm going to grab that. I'm watching it immediately. I can't believe that I didn't know that it was out.
It's okay, Bubba.
Your band's Twitter is Blue October. Your Instagram is Blue October Band.
Yep.
You are at Justin_5591 on Twitter. That's it.
You're the man.
I think we got everything,
man.
Woo! I guess we'll see you online, dude.
Yes, we will. And God bless you, man. And I hope you have a great day, okay?